Hi, today we'll be talking about OCD, what it is, what it's like to experience it, and obviously, I have it. OCD stands for Obsessive Compulsive Disorder, a long-lasting disorder in which a person experiences uncontrollable and reoccurring thoughts and engages in repetitive behaviors or both. And yes, I got those definitions from Google. Now, the most common symptoms are fear of contamination or dirt, so sort of like germaphobes, or doubting and having a hard time with uncertainty and kind of just never feeling safe in a way, needing things to be orderly or in order and balanced, and having intrusive thoughts such as self-harm, sexual content, religious, aggressive, very dark thoughts, typically. And then a couple of the other very specific ones are like, things need to be clean or like sanitized. Hoarding is also a symptom, and checking things over and over again, which I will get into. But those are like just the basics of like OCD. Now, just like with Tourette's, there's not exactly any science that shows specifically how you obtain having OCD or what specifically causes it, but there are like definitely theories and ways of maybe figuring out where your stems from, like family history, psychology, your environment, and I think stress and trauma are definitely one of the biggest ones. And I do think there are ways of like treating it and mending it and like coexisting with it, especially at least that I found for my OCD. But I'm pretty sure it lasts forever. Like, I think you will live with it for the rest of your life, but there also could be people out there or studies that show that you can eventually maybe grow out of it or program your brain to do something else. And if there are studies like that, please show them to me. I need hope, okay? Now, I have OCD, and I will mind you that I don't ever script when I ramble, like besides the facts, because I don't want to get those wrong. At least try my best. I still mess up a lot. So if my talking about this is kind of all over the place, deal with it. No, I'm sorry about it, but So I've had OCD my entire life, and it started as long as I can really remember. I assume I got it mostly from my stress, but I do know a lot of people, pretty much everybody in my family line on all sides have it as well. So, and I do not have the fear of germs or anything, but I do really enjoy cleaning. I wanted to be a maid for a while, so I'm sorry, that's part of the reason. But some of my first signs were the orderly symptom. I had to have things straight in a very specific order, in a very specific way, and not in a cute, trendy way. It was absolute hell. So like, I think my first memories of it is like 10 or 11, and I would have to have a ritual before I went to bed. Like my chair had to be a specific direction in my desk, and the curtains all had to be straight, like not a single curl in them, and I had to like lay my blanket down a specific way, and like I had to like press it like a few times until like the fabric of the bed made a right sensation on my palms. Like, it was not fun. And I would have the like counting OCD where I had to do everything even. Like, I had to like open and close the door 4 times. Like, if it was uneven, and if somebody else did something that was uneven, they would not hear the rest of it until they did it. And as a child, I did have a lot of intrusive thoughts, very bad ones, and I didn't know those were part of having OCD. I thought I just, would have these obscure thoughts, and a lot of the time, for me at least, they were always somebody I love being hurt. So part of the reason I would do these triggers or things, I had the urge to, like with the, Tourette's, I like every part of me wanted to do these things, and if I didn't, then it hurt. But my brain would be like, if you do not, plug the toaster in a very specific speed, it's going to explode and kill everybody you love. And I would believe these thoughts, or at least not want them to like maybe come true. They were always so strange and very not plausible. Like, I don't know how that would have happened, but it happened with everything. Like the step on a crack, break your mom's back type of thing. If you do it, then your mom's gonna die. But my brain would tell me those things, and I would believe it. And I would also check things repeatedly, and I did not trust anything. The oven thing. You turn off the oven. I'd walk away, and I physically could not walk like far enough away because my brain would be like, did you actually turn it off? Turn around and check it again. And I did. And I'd check it. I'd be like, yeah, it's off. Walk away, do it again. Until I don't know what fucking I believe myself enough. And then I even got to the point where I had to take a picture of like oven off, go back in my room, and then in 10 minutes I'll remember, I'm like, did I do it? And I would have to be like, check the photo. Oh my gosh. But anyway, it was for everything. And I am dyslexic. And I also get shit on because I don't say it correctly. I don't know if I did or not, but I'm that. And it made it so much worse because I'd be like trying to correct my dyslexia, and then I'd be like, wait, I don't think that was right either. So like my OCD and that would like tag team me. It was great time growing up. Oh my god. And now I do not have the like needing things to be, in numbers or specifically straight. I do color code most things, but I'll get myself that. The more stressed I am, the worse it gets. And luckily I do get the intrusive thoughts, but I am much more in control of them now. Like, they'll come and I'll be like, that's absolutely insane. No. And I'll do my best to redirect my brain type of thing. And I mainly have the organization one and the checking everything all the time. And when I get these like urges to like, destroy everything I own and only have one article of clothing because I think that's clean, I will find something else to organize that it's kind of productive, or at least not harmful, like not affecting myself when I get out of the state that I'm in. So a big thing that I do, which I'm so glad I realized, was organizing music playlists. And I have a bunch, and I will just delete songs, add songs, change playlists, whatever. And I would just kind of feed into it and let my OCD do whatever it needs to do. Or I go on Pinterest and hyper organize that. Or my photo albums, try to direct it to cleaning something in my room that needs to be clean, like my gut drawers or bedding, or color coordinating my room, because it's way less destructive when I don't care about it in 4 days. And I think the biggest one that I still do really struggle with, and I'm still working on trying to find ways to kind of mend it, is the obsessive like checking and not trusting anything. And I guess the intrusive thoughts do kind of play into it, but it's different than it used to be, But I still have the like, did I turn off the stove? Did I lock the car? Did I turn off the water in the tub or whatever? And there are a couple times where I really cannot let it go. I will have to take a picture. But it really does go more than just like the funny, oh, did I turn off the stove? It turns into like obsessive of like rereading a sentence 50 times over because my brain just keeps telling me I read it wrong, or reparking the car like 5 times because I'm convinced that it's not straight, even if it is, you know, and not trusting myself. And that is something I've been working on for so long. So, like, things that I can to kind of show my brain that it's only the OCD and trauma or whatever, and it's not based on fact. You know, like, I get a lot of shit for it, but I wake up at 5 a.m., have for like a year, and it started out kind of for all my conditions, just to be like, I can do it. I don't want to wake up at 5 a.m. I'm tired, I'm in pain, but if I consistently do it, no, I don't have to go to the gym, I just wake up then it's showing myself that if I want to do it, I can. And it kind of fermented that, like, to trust myself, because, you know, I'm tired, I woke up, I went to bed late. Oh, I'll say I'm gonna wake up at 5, but I actually don't. I do. I wake up at 5, even if I only have 4 hours of sleep, type of thing. And it shows that my judgment is trustworthy in my own brain, and it makes it way easier to face these obscured emotions and stuff when I'm like, oh, I don't think I actually did that right. I will go back to that and show myself that I can trust myself and that I will do what I said and I will do it correctly. So just little things like that, you know, anything I can really do to, I would say, manipulate my own brain, but it's in a good way, you know. And I do have the cleaning one, but it's not out of fear or like frustration, and I'm like pissed off because I see something dirty, or stressed out if I see something dirty. My room looks like a tornado came through it once a week, you know. But cleaning anything is a grand old time to me. So I guess that's one plus I got from having OCD. And yeah, overall, I used to really hate it, because it really was a huge pain in my ass. The OCD would, you know, I hate to say make me, because I don't really know how to feel about that sentence, but, you know, the OCD would have me, you know, stop what I'm doing and go do something obscured, or stop me from walking and having to stomp 3 times. And it's physically interfering with my life and my day. At the time was embarrassing. But now I definitely have a very different view on it. I don't think it's embarrassing. I think it's mostly funny, like most of my conditions. And there are times where it's frustrating and not fun, but at the end of the day, there's nothing I can do about it. And yeah, I think it's super fascinating. As always, the brain is super intriguing to me. So even dissecting myself is super fun for me, because I'll like have these spasms, or, you know, episodes, I don't know what to call them, and half of me will be experiencing the episode, and then half of me will be like, this is triggered by this. This is because your brain is doing this. And I'm like, that's great, but it's not helping me, but yeah, oh well. Anyway, yeah, that's OCD. If you have it or know somebody that does have it, just let me know. And like, I don't do a lot of research on my stuff, so there might be, you know, aspects of it that I have that I don't even know are OCD. There could be aspects of it that I haven't mentioned because I didn't know. And studies and all these things. This is just the basics of what I know. So I hope it's entertaining, and if you can relate, cool. But yeah, thank you so much for listening and watching. Bye.